Welcome to today's video. You're watching Chana. I want to run through how to stay fit during this Ramadan. I have some hot topic questions that come up during this time, especially from some of the clients. I wanted to make this video for them as well as for any of you going through this Ramadan fasting period. So if you are looking to lose and thinking if you can actually lose weight during this time, and also if you can build muscle and keep it during this fasting period. So firstly, can you build muscle during this fasting of Ramadan? Well, let's make this pretty obvious. You're going to find it very difficult. So I would expect you to keep your expectations very low if it comes to building muscle, because you're not going to be feeding enough calories to your body. You're not going to be getting enough energy into your body. So your muscles are not capable of getting stronger, and they're not capable of rebuilding because you're not going to be consuming enough protein, and you're probably not going to get enough amount of carbohydrates to retain that muscle capacity. So I would not have your expectations very high to build muscle, but what you can do during this stage is trying to maintain what you have. That's the real expectation. Even yet, I think during this phase, you probably most like to lose some of that muscle during this Ramadan phase because you're just not getting enough nutrients into the muscles. So don't feel stressed during this period if you are doing the fasting all the way through. Just enjoy this period. So try not to feel that you have to obviously push more, and don't start going to the gym thinking that obviously you're going to break down muscle in the gym. It's going to help you actually keep that muscle. It's actually going to make you a lot more smaller, because breaking down muscle is what you do at the gym or any type of workouts when you're pushing your muscles, and if you're not giving it nutrients, it does not rebuild to the capacity it needs to. It's only going to get smaller. So you're only going to lose more muscle because your muscle is going to have to feed on something from your body, and usually it feeds directly from your muscle if you are using those. And the number one question that usually comes up is about the weight loss during Ramadan. There is some conceptions and misconceptions about the fact that you can lose substantial weight during Ramadan, and also you're going to find that people actually gain during Ramadan. So fasting doesn't always lead to weight loss. This is going to be determined on each individual, so how their body reacts, and it's a personal thing. So depending on your metabolism, how suppressed your stomach is, that's going to be the importance during this phase of this fasting. So let's put it, for the most easiest format is basically the ones that tend to have a higher calorific intake through the day. So if you're generally eating quite a lot, having a lot of meals, you're eating somewhere over the 1500 to 2000 calories a day, or even if you're eating more, you're going to find that the most benefit comes through during this fasting time. So pushing yourself into suddenly a deficit of calories and to a starvational mode, you're going to find that you may see some substantial weight loss, especially during the first 2 to 3 weeks. As you're coming closer to the end, you won't see much weight loss. It'll probably be pretty standstill. So this is when you start to hit the plateau phase. And that's not a great thing when it comes to after finish Ramadan. You need to come back stronger and jump back in to a healthier diet, because if you don't keep it up, you're going to end up in a very suppressed state. So actually, while you're losing all this weight, you're going to find that your metabolism is also declining with you. That's basically your stomach getting to a suppressed state and tightens up, which just makes you feel like you don't actually want to eat as much. So don't feel that because you lost this much weight during this time, doing it this way, you can carry on forward. It most likely will backfire and you start to actually see weight gain, because your stomach itself will not be able to take the amount of calories anymore that you were used to. So make sure that you go back into a healthy diet. And for the ones that are going to really struggle with it, if your goal is weight loss, but yet you don't necessarily have a great appetite, you tend to not eat much through the day and your calories are already quite a low deficit, you're going to struggle. This phase of Ramadan is actually going to cause you to gain weight. So that's going to be, you can actually gain weight even if you're in a fasting state, because your stomach is already very suppressed, very tight. It feels like it's very small, cannot take as much as calories in. So during a fasting period, you end up into a severe starvation mode, which the body will then want to store everything you eat. So any meal that you have, when you have those windows and opportunities, when the sun goes down, you're breaking your fast and eat, that energy for the body is critical, and it wants to hold onto everything. So you're in a position where your body will not want to burn fat, it will want to hold onto every source of fat, and any calorie or nutrient intake also converted into fat to make sure that it can keep your body and energy levels up and keep you going. So you're going to have the moments of gaining weight. So you need to come back into a much healthier diet, stronger, and start eating a bit more after the Ramadan period. So you're going to feel it's going to be a struggle. So you're going to have to just come to terms with it. That's how it's going to affect you, and you need to just do what's right after the Ramadan phase. So for those of you very adamant to still go to the gym during this time, and you really still want to keep up whatever you can with your gains, or you just want to be able to work out, you just want to feel, because you obviously enjoy it and you want to go to the gym, and you think that's going to also have that benefit to you in some way while you're eating. So because it depends obviously on your day and how much calorie intake you're going to have. Each individual is going to have different. Your time of day, your time of work, everything's different. So how many times you get to eat in that 24-hour period is going to be very different from others, depending if you're working the usual normal 9-to-5 jobs. They're going to struggle a little bit more when it comes to your eating window, because most of the time you're going to sleep through it. So for those who wants to go to the gym still, I recommend just staying off the very tough types of workouts. So you don't want to hit that high intensity level workouts where you're hitting HIIT training, circuit training, and doing any forms of like classes, because there's generally a lot of calorie burn, but most of it is because you're not trying to exert so much energy. That's what you don't want to do at the gym. Don't exert yourself too much. So if you want to train, I would say work exercises incorporating your muscles and go in a set-by-set training form. So whether you're completing like 2 to 3 sets per every single exercise, trying to get your entire body in, that's the way you should do it. And taking those like 1 minute, 90-second rest in between every exercise. So you're literally just going to pace yourself through. You're not trying to exert your energy. You don't want to get into your form where it makes you excessively sweat. So make sure you're trying to reserve as much as energy possible. And that's what you want to do to try to get through it. Otherwise, it's going to really fatigue you out through the process of fasting. As for me, if I was doing this fasting stage, personally, the way I would go about the eating plan, I would focus actually when it comes to your breaking fast. So as the sun goes down, I would go for a lighter meal. So if you were going to train, that's what I would do. I would go for a very, very light meal, because you fasted all day and you don't want to literally just cram in loads of calories in one go, because that's just going to literally bloat you out and stuff you up, make you feel sluggish and actually tired just from even eating a meal. So you want to go very small. Just go for something that will digest within, let's say, 30 to 45 minutes. And that way, that gives you a good window then to go in and do your workout. Hit the gym, do it at home, wherever you're doing that workout. Make sure it's a short workout. Don't go too long. Maybe stick to around about between 20 to 40 minutes of a workout. So don't go excessively long on the hours of working out. And then it gives you time to come back after and replenish. So this is where you now can have that bigger meal. So your body's going to need it. It needs to refuel, and it's going to help you obviously maintain those muscles, or whether you're trying to make sure you keep your metabolism up. That's also a very important part. So go with that bigger meal after that workout. So that is all I wanted to say and give you some advice. I hope it brings value. And if you were looking to stay fit and this actually helps you, then great, give it a like. And yeah, that's it from this video. And I hope you guys enjoy your time. And like I said at the beginning of the video, you don't have to go through this phase. Don't push yourself. Especially don't stress yourself during this time having a fitness goal. This is all going to be about just enjoying the time, ease back a little bit if you have to, and just have a good time and enjoy it with family and friends.